Did you know that Intuition Peak in Antarctica is so named in appreciation of the role of scientific intuition for the advancement of human knowledge? It is said that intuition is divine knowledge embedded in every individual. However, with the accumulation of information, experience, and external knowledge from the outside world, we humans somehow forget, contaminate, or bury this inherent inner knowledge under various sensory stimuli. It creates the feeling that we know something without being able to understand or explain where it comes from and how. Everyone knows that children cannot be deceived. Regardless of what we tell or show them, they deeply sense the truth within themselves. It's as if they have super-sensitive internal radars or transmitters that capture and transform external stimuli, decoding them flawlessly. Intuition is difficult to explain. Debates have been ongoing for centuries, yet no one has succeeded in defining it. Similar is the situation with understanding the mind. Thousands of surgeons have seen the brain, but no one has seen the mind. The term intuition applies to a wide variety of events and processes, some of which are indeed observed, while others are not clearly demonstrated. Wilde needs 8 pages to summarize what can be said about intuition from a philosophical perspective, encompassing the probable, the incredible, and the possible. It leads to the conclusion that intuition should not be considered the opposite of reason, but rather they are foreign to each other. Concepts of intuition cover the spectrum from the most primitive of mental functions to the highest, from simple awareness of existence to insights into supreme truths. The greatest creative minds on the planet, however, have never doubted the so-called divine voice. And according to them, it is precisely this voice that has guided them in revolutionary ideas and discoveries. Albert Einstein is categorical. The only real valuable thing is intuition. More and more psychologists studying manifestations of intuition stand behind the idea that thinking, commonly referred to as logical or analytical, intertwines with intuitive processes and cannot exist independently of them. Intuition is not an uncommon or rare phenomenon. It is a process that participates in every thought and action. How does this happen? Intuition works simultaneously with the entire volume of information entering a person from the external and internal worlds. It is capable of processing and summarizing this enormous amount of information in negative time and providing solutions that do not require evidence. Suddenly, a person knows what and how to do and is confident that it is correct. Here is where logic comes into play. It verifies the intuition's decision based on conscious experience. In this sense, intuition is a generalizer and strategist, while logic is a specialist and tactician. Intuition points out the course of action. Logic decides how and when to implement it. Intuition values the entire generalized information, both positive and negative. From this entire informational field, it can sift through the main positive points that lead to an optimal result. The wisdom of intuition lies in its ability to process parallel vast arrays of information, isolating the most essential. Human intelligence is a purposeful, conscious activity, guided by the laws of logic. However, a significant part of our cognitive activity is unconscious. It relies on processes entirely alien to logic, on an internal feeling, namely intuition. Morgan Peck says, "The touch point between God and humans is placed at least partially where our consciousness and subconsciousness touch. More precisely, our subconscious is God, God within us." The evolutionary process has created humans as a remarkable race equipped with a sensitive reaction apparatus and a thinking mind. We possess an exceptional internal power, intuition, which we still do not fully understand. And with all this equipment, we stand at the doors of the future, asking ourselves, is it possible that we are blind to an enormous world of life and possibilities, with all its inherent laws and phenomena? We have almost exhausted the resources of the material world, but we still haven't learned to function in the non-material. Sometimes we even deny its existence. We are overwhelmed by the noise of modern civilization, but despite that, we sometimes detect overtones, evidence of the existence of the non-material world. Intuition is a powerful tool that we can and should use. We can learn from it, or simply remember how we did it in childhood when logic was inaccessible to us. It is necessary to unite within ourselves the wisdom of intuition, inherent from the start, and the strength of logical thinking we have learned to continue evolving.